Hey YouTubers, this is Larry Joe with Larry Joe Guitars. Today I have my Epiphone Les Paul Widow in Indigo Blue. Usually I don't go for the Les Paul styles too often. However, this thing looked really nice, and I don't know. I left it in my cart. Actually, I left it in my cart in Musician's Friend, and the lady from there called me and said, "Hey, what can we do to seal the deal for this guitar?" And I'm like, okay. And she's like, "Well, let's do this." And she reduced the price. This is a little bit, not much, but it's a little bit. And I tried to do a better shipping, because in LA, if you know, the taxes are terrible. So whenever you buy anything, it's like almost 12% interest, tax rate. So I try to get it wherever I can, cheaper, whatever they are, right? So with this one, she worked with me and she reduced the price. In fact, this goes retail for $7.99. If you can find it used, I don't think so. It just came out about a month ago. And anyway, so she reduced it down to, I think, like $640, and it was right under $700 with shipping and taxes. So I was pretty cool. And then when it came, the nut was loose and coming off. So I called her, and she said, "You can change it if you want, or you can try to fix it." So I followed the stuff online, and I used a little certain glue that they use, and I glued it back, and it's good. But she gave me a $25 gift card, electronic gift card, a Musician's Friend, and she gave me $75 back on this. So if you think about it, I paid right around $6 even for this, just for a little bit of glue, which I think it was the Gorilla Glue. So it was a great deal, absolutely a great deal. Let me show this to you. Like I said, it's an Indigo Blue. The websites show this, but a little bit more blue. You can see it's more green. It's strange because the colored binding around it, all of it, is like the perfect blue that I would like. So I don't know. I guess they have different hues or different wood grain stains or dyes that they put on it, but this one's a little bit darker than I like, but it plays pretty good and it looks really nice. The thing about this is that maple top. So you got a mahogany body with all of the binding, upper and lower, and mahogany. It looks like it's mahogany sides too, how they did it. It's interesting if you look. And then the maple cap, and then I'm pretty sure it's just a maple veneer on there. I'm pretty sure at this price point, there's no way that they can put even more than like 1/8 of an inch of maple. So I really think this is a veneer. It comes with I think they're Pro Buckers, Epiphone Pro Buckers. I'm not a huge fan. If you know my videos, I really want to put a different style of pickup in this, like EMGs. It's got the adjustable bridge here, like normal Les Pauls or Epiphone Les Pauls. Don't love, but it's okay. It's okay. 4 knobs, a volume and tone for the bridge, and a volume and tone for the neck. If you know the Les Paul layout, you know how it works. And then the three-way switch right there. And you can see the binding is really cool how it is. Anyways, one thing I don't like so much on this is if you see the knobs are not really very flush with the body. I don't like it to be so flush it scratches the body, but it should float right above it. And that's easily a 1/4 of an inch or 1/8 of an inch easily above it. I do not like that. So I'm definitely going to drop those one way or the other. Also, and Trogley did this too. I didn't take it from him, but I've adjusted different guitars, Les Paul style guitars. So if it's a nice top to it, you know, you have the pick guard right here. But unless you're digging into the freaking wood, you know, you're fine taking the pick guard off, and then I just put the screws back on. Like I said, I saw Trogley did that, and I was like, of course that's what I was going to do. Same thing, of course. The block inlays look really nice. It says it's a rosewood. It looks ebony to me. I don't know. You can see the abalone, the blue abalone. It looks really cool. I like that. Right under the Epiphone logo. Grover tuners. Handcrafted in China. So it's kind of expensive for a Chinese guitar, but I thought it was pretty good the way it looked. And weight wise, it's not on the heavy side at all for Les Paul, so it's not that heavy. Usually if they put the maple cap on it, the maple weighs usually a lot more than what the mahogany weighs. But it's pretty good. The frets are pretty good. No problems there. Yeah, I really like it. I kind of wish that it was a more blue. Like I said, for the color, how they did the stain, but you get what you get, I guess. You know what I mean? I could have changed it. The lady offered it when the nut came off, but I'm like, you know what? I like the feel of it. First, I'm going to replace the pickups. I gotta have my EMGs into it, and I have a new set, not U, but B stock, not new, but B stock, that I'm gonna put. I'm gonna put an EMG 81 there in the bridge, and an 85 there. I don't like having 4 knobs. I guess for some of the players, they like adjusting everything how they want, but I really need only 2. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put an EMG 25K pot on both of these, and I'm going to wire it for EMGs and put the battery back there, and it's got a ton of space back here, so that's easy. And then I'll definitely going to lower these. Absolutely, I got to lower those. I can't stand the way it lifts so high up. And then probably I'm going to leave these in, lower them of course, and just for aesthetic needs, you know what I mean? Because I really only need a volume and tone. And in fact, for most of my stuff, I really only need a volume. However, I'm going to put a tone in it just to give me a little bit of flexibility. Today, I'm going to play through my Spark cab, Randall cab here. That's got the Spark hardware in the back for the Spark cab. In fact, here's the Spark cab, which it's a husk. It only has the 10-inch speaker, but this baby is a beast. I was playing through this just a couple days ago. Oh my God, it's amazing. So for the effects, I just bought a new. I say new to me. They stopped making these probably about maybe 7 or 8 years ago at the very least. This is a Zoom, which I love Zoom products. I always have. G3X with the expression pedal here. You can see. In fact, when I bought it on Reverb, the expression pedal was broke. The little piece that goes in there was broke. The guy gave me $20 for it, and a buddy of mine fixed it. So it definitely works, and everything's good to go. But it's got some really cool crunch tones on it. So I really like I got it because of the expression pedal. Zoom has, for the newer stuff, some really good pitch shift, and that's one thing that really bothers me about the Spark right now and that's the reason why it's not sitting here, is because the pitch shift, they don't have anything at all, like freaking nothing, no pitch shift at all. They got something that sounds close to a pitch shift, but there's no expression pedal that you can plug in to control a pitch shift. There is for the wah, and I put that in my one video of the Spark 2. There is for the wah, but you have to buy the Jimi Hendrix one, the Jimi Hendrix package, which is like 20 bucks. I did it just to get the wah, but I'm like, when are you going to have a pitch shift? I'm going crazy. So in that time, buying this and getting 20 bucks back, this costs about 70, 80 bucks. And it's in great shape. Seems pretty strong. It's got batteries in it. It came with the charger. So I think I played through all of this already, so it's going to sound good. I hope you guys like it. Let me know if you want me to do a review on this once I put the EMGs in it. One thing to note, when I do put EMGs in electronics, I usually don't make a video because I tried it a couple times and it ended up taking so long because you never know. You never know the little tiny things you have to adjust. Maybe the pickup doesn't fit perfect. You have to sand it out a little bit to fit. Maybe the holes for the cavity doesn't fit the way you want. You have to drill a hole, make another hole here, make another hole, Dremel, you know what I mean? So I never record any of that because it just takes too long. It feels like a waste of your time just to see me arguing and fighting with it. However, if you guys want it, let me know and I can put it in there. So yeah, let me grab my pick and turn this thing on. Throw it up there. But it looks beautiful. You can see it looks gorgeous. It's super shiny. I don't know how, I guess they put like layers and layers of the plastic or whatever over top of it. I don't know, but it's super shiny. You can see that. This thing is really killer. This Spark cab sounds so good, and you can feel the bottom, man. Let's feel this. Yeah, these knobs sitting up so high just don't feel right. I need to lower the action. The action on this puppy's way higher than what I like. I haven't adjusted anything yet because I wanted to do this video, and I figure after this video then I'll do my pickup change and then adjusting things a little bit how I want. Anyways, so that's the bridge pickup. Don't get me wrong, it sounds pretty good, right? These, yeah, I think you can get these for about maybe 35, 40 bucks as a pair on eBay. I think they have tons of them. They're barely used. If not, they're brand new. So you can acquire these and they sound pretty good. It's not exactly what I want, but it sounds pretty good. Anyways, here we go. Middle position. I'm sorry. They're Probucker. I think these are classics, what it said. Probucker Classics. Epiphone Probucker Classics, if anyone wants to know. They look good. I think they sound pretty decent. For active pickup, not bad. Here, let's throw a little bit more into it. Maybe dial it back a hair on the volume. Get some interesting tones here. Some reverb. I think I'm just playing around now. So this is the Epiphone Les Paul Widow. They call it a custom, but in my mind, yeah. And in fact, on the truss rod cover, you can see. There we go. You can see that it says Les Paul Custom. In my eyes, if it doesn't come from the custom shop, it's not custom. It's not definitely not custom coming from China. However, a lot of guys that like Les Paul, and they don't want to pay a ton of money for the U.S. To be honest, I had a Gibson Les Paul Studio a while ago, and if this feels a lot like that. I'm not saying it's USA Gibson, go buy it. I'm not saying any of that. I'm saying the feel of it definitely feels like a Gibson Les Paul Studio, because for Gibson Les Paul, Studio's like one of the lowest ones that you can buy and the cheapest price. And when I bought it before, it was a lot cheaper than what they're going for now, of course, with all the guitar stuff and the tariffs and everything. Anything gotten from a different country or whatever, it's more expensive. And now they're charging for stuff even if it's made in the United States, because parts come from different countries. Anyway, so that's what it feels like to me. It feels like the Les Paul Studio. It really does. However, you could not afford a Les Paul Studio with that giant maple top that it's got on it, the beautiful finish that it has, for any kind of decent price. That would be impossible. But I think for what it is, I think the price, I think it's pretty good. I mean, it's not always easy to swing 700 or 800 bucks. I understand that. It's pretty good. It's pretty good, and I like it. And definitely had to take the pick guard off. Anyways, that's what this is. Next, I'm going to do. I didn't do my Solar X Green Monster or whatever it is. I'm going to do that next, right after this one. I usually take a couple weeks off or whatever, because I got family stuff going on. I don't mean to, but that's just the nature of the beast. I'm having a family and doing stuff. So I didn't mean it to be almost a month or so. I meant it to be like a week and a half. But these things happen. In fact, I bought 3 guitars in that time, well, within the last month or so. So that's what I'm going to do reviews on. Anyways, if you like my channel, subscribe. Hit the bell to get notifications when I do any of them. Please leave a comment, especially what you think about this, and I hope this video helped you decide. No matter what anyone says, never ever buy a guitar that you cannot return. Don't do that unless you play it. If you buy it online, make sure you have a chance of returning it. I got this from a musician's friend. They have a 4 or 5 day window. And most of the stuff I buy from Guitar Center is exactly the same. I can return it and get my money back. I'm going to lose like 30, 40 bucks for the taxes or whatever. But if you don't like it that much, that's not a big deal. So definitely don't buy a used unless you play it, unless you can return it, because maybe things are not exactly how you want. So that's my last piece of advice. And if I can get the clicker to go without going too crazy into this, maybe we get a stop on this thing. Okay, have a good night, and thanks for viewing my channel.